The videos I'm sending you shit. You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with Yah Mans and them live. You know this shit fire with Yah Mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with Yah Mans and them live. With Yah Mans and them live. With Yah Mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with Yah Mans and them live. Go have a good time with Yah Mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's Yah Mans and them. It's Yah Mans and them. It's Yah Mans and them.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with Yah Mans and them live. You know this shit fire with Yah Mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with Yah Mans and them live. With Yah Mans and them live. With Yah Mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with Yah Mans and them live. Go have a good time with Yah Mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's Yah Mans and them. It's Yah Mans and them. It's Yah Mans and them.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with Yah Mans and them live. You know this shit fire with Yah Mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with Yah Mans and them live. With Yah Mans and them live. With Yah Mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with Yah Mans and them live. Go have a good time with Yah Mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's Yah Mans and them. It's Yah Mans and them. It's Yah Mans and them.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with Yah Mans and them live. You know this shit fire with Yah Mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with Yah Mans and them live. With Yah Mans and them live. With Yah Mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with Yah Mans and them live. Go have a good time with Yah Mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's Yah Mans and them. It's Yah Mans and them. It's Yah Mans and them.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with Yah Mans and them live. You know this shit fire with Yah Mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with Yah Mans and them live. With Yah Mans and them live. With Yah Mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with Yah Mans and them live. Go have a good time with Yah Mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's Yah Mans and them. It's Yah Mans and them. It's Yah Mans and them.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with Yah Mans and them live. You know this shit fire with Yah Mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with Yah Mans and them live. With Yah Mans and them live. With Yah Mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with Yah Mans and them live. Go have a good time with Yah Mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's Yah Mans and them. It's Yah Mans and them. It's Yah Mans and them.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with Yah Mans and them live. You know this shit fire with Yah Mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with Yah Mans and them live. With Yah Mans and them live. With Yah Mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with Yah Mans and them live. Go have a good time with Yah Mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's Yah Mans and them. It's Yah Mans and them. It's Yah Mans and them.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with Yah Mans and them live. You know this shit fire with Yah Mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with Yah Mans and them live. With Yah Mans and them live. With Yah Mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with Yah Mans and them live. Go have a good time with Yah Mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's Yah Mans and them. It's Yah Mans and them. It's Yah Mans and them.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with Yah Mans and them live. You know this shit fire with Yah Mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with Yah Mans and them live. With Yah Mans and them live. With Yah Mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with Yah Mans and them live. Go have a good time with Yah Mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's Yah Mans and them. It's Yah Mans and them. It's Yah Mans and them.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with Yah Mans and them live. You know this shit fire with Yah Mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with Yah Mans and them live. With Yah Mans and them live. With Yah Mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with Yah Mans and them live. Go have a good time with Yah Mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's Yah Mans and them. It's Yah Mans and them. It's Yah Mans and them.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with Yah Mans and them live. You know this shit fire with Yah Mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with Yah Mans and them live. With Yah Mans and them live. With Yah Mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with Yah Mans and them live. Go have a good time with Yah Mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's Yah Mans and them.
You are now watching Yah Mans. Yo, we live right now. Yo. That is so dead.
It's because we don't have the TV.
I wish I could hear
dead.
myself.
Come on. Energy. Come on, guys. Come on. Pick it up.
Yeah.
You are now watching Mans and them live. I'm your man's Gus the Third.
I'm your man's Bello.
Yes, sir. I'm your man's Austin Felix.
It's your boy Kyrie.
And I'm your man Shakespeare in the Random Studio in Brooklyn, New York.
This is your Mans and them live.
Hey, yo,
New studio alert.
New studio alert.
Yes.
New studio
Yo,
alert.
where we at right now?
we are in Basque Studios
Look
in
that up.
Brooklyn, New York.
That's right. Get it
Bask
right.
in the greatness of a new studio.
That's a fact. Look
Bask
that up.
in
But how y'all
bask.
feeling, man? How y'all like this new weather? How y'all like the new weather that's been happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's cold now.
You
but
just say weather?
This
Yeah.
weather is toxic. It's mad. What do you call that? Inconsistent.
Yeah.
Like, it's May and it still feels cold.
It's up and down.
I'm not
For
gonna lie.
real.
Weather been kind of good the past couple days. Where y'all been at?
I'm not going.
I'm just saying, it went from like 89 to like 60.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not mad at it. At least it's not 40.
Right.
Are y'all really excited?
I'm
for
starting
this
to see the
hot
sundresses
ass
out.
weathers? For this hot
See
weather?
the sundresses?
I'm ready for the sundress.
Oh my God! I seen one the other day. That shit was right in
Yes,
between
sir.
the cheeks. That shit was.
I'm only
Just-
looking at one sundress.
Oh
Are you
God!
looking at women that's not your wife?
Oh my God!
I just said I'm
You're
only
Not
looking
you.
at.
You're looking at a wedding dress.
Kyrie can't hang out with me this summer.
Nah, I cannot.
I'm like, yo, look at that. Look at that.
I'll be like this.
Look at that puppy. I gotta look over there.
Oh,
I like
boy.
puppies.
All right, but let's get into shooting the shit, y'all. Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Hold on. First off, how we sounded right now, Austin?
We got an echo apparently.
Is it echo?
Reggie Porter, what up, yo? Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Because
So
you know that's
I'm the
Mr.
only one that has
that's
an
Mr.
echo?
Megaphone right
It's just
there.
me. Oh, okay. All right.
Yo, what up, Creative Myth? You spelled my name wrong, but it's cool. It's the new setup, huh?
Everybody spells your name wrong.
Doesn't make it okay.
Nigga, I
Austin.
still don't know how to
All
spell
right,
your
so
name.
yo, we sound good like
That's
this.
why I call you Clyde.
We sound good
I'm
like this?
realizing a lot of things about
Oh, okay.
our like podcasting friendship relationship, and I don't know if I'm a fan of it.
What you mean?
There's like a couple like things that I've noticed. Like,
Uh-huh.
first of all, you campaigned for me to get off the show.
What?
A couple years
When
ago.
did I campaign for you to get off the show?
We talked about this live on the pod. But
I
don't know if it-
campaigned for you to get off the show. When?
It sort of felt like it.
How?
Yeah,
Is this true?
Hey, listen, I don't know.
This is what happens after you listen to the Kendrick album. You want to just,
Now we gotta
bring the
hash shit
promise
out.
to light.
Yes, Creative Myth, you spelled it right. Yes.
But shit.
I don't remember that.
It's all right. We
You
can talk about it off
You wanna
the
talk?
air.
No, we can talk about it now. You wanna bring it up? Let's talk
I
about
don't
it.
want to talk about it now.
What? How'd I do it?
I can't remember, but it was
He can't
Def-
remember.
No. Actually, I
But
do.
it's-
No. I do remember. It was like you made an inference like I wasn't gonna be part of the show anymore.
When did I say? Oh, probably because I probably
Okay,
felt like,
that's what I meant.
Yeah, but I wasn't campaigning for you to leave. I maybe felt like you wasn't gonna be a part of the show.
But did I say that?
Based off your actions?
What was my actions?
We ain't gonna get into that.
Oh, now you don't want to get into it, but you asked me to talk about it.
Accountability.
All right, y'all.
The
You are
title
now
of
watching
today's
Mans and them
episode-
live. You know what I'm saying? We got Kyrie, we got Drew over here, we got Shake. I'm in Bello in Austin. Let's start shooting the shit.
What's up?
What up? What up?
All right, so we got a story from Reddit. We about to read. Well, I'm about to read. Dun, dun.
So no shouting, right, Austin?
Yeah, no shot.
Okay, that's
Whoever shouts next gets punched in the face. All right, so
Yeah. All right.
on Reddit, here's the story. All right, this is a young lady. She's venting about her relationship. This is what she says. They're married, right?
Yeah, they're married.
All right. So she says, the problem is the husband, they're not eating together. He's always late for dinner. That's the issue. He's always late for dinner.
And she. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No,
No, go ahead, Kyrie. Pick it up. Pick it up, Kyrie.
Nah, pick it up.
And she cooks dinner for him every day. That's the point I want to make. That she cooks dinner for him every day.
Yeah, she cooks dinner for him every day, but he's always late for dinner. She's trying to work with him, but it's not working out. So they agreed recently to like an hour after he comes home for him to be ready for dinner, and he's always late still, 15 minutes, 10 minutes late. And recently she reached her breaking point. Because remember, this is an ongoing situation where he's always late for dinner. So This time, he was late and she threw his plate out. Like, she threw his dinner out. So.
After she told him not to be late.
Exactly.
After they had a conversation, yeah, about
Okay.
being late. And he agreed that he would not be late.
Yeah.
I'm still stuck on her cooking every day.
Yeah, because he's not a
Why
good
are you
cook.
stuck on that?
Must be nice.
Cooking every day is hard work.
Hey.
A lot of people don't cook every day.
Oh, so you impressed?
I'm impressed. Or she lying.
So she's a keeper. Or she's like. But, all right, so the question is, I guess the question she was asking the guys is like, did she overreact?
The man's coming from work, right?
Because what happened was, all right, so the man is coming home from work, but he agreed that in an hour he'll be ready,
He
right?
comes home within a certain time frame where he can still make an effort to eat with her.
Yes, but he's been late, 15 minutes
Okay, all
late.
right. Did they
This is the
specify the reason for him being late?
No, that's not important.
Okay, so
At the end of the day,
we can assume that he might be late because he's coming from work, right?
no,
He's home already.
All right,
he's
let me-
already
I
home.
got this.
He's already. Oh,
So
okay.
I got this.
So
I got
you're talking
this.
about coming downstairs for dinner.
Listen, exactly.
He's late
coming downstairs for dinner.
And-
Yes.
He's in the crib and he's
Yes.
late coming for
And
dinner.
don't
Exactly.
How you late to
That's
your
some
own
fucking
dinner?
bullshit.
And don't forget to mention the hour grace period that she gives. him to
Exactly. That they
unwind.
agreed
You
upon.
get a grace period in your own home.
So if just
Bro,
to
I'm
follow.
home.
Hold up. Let's get the point out. Let's get the
ain't
let's
get
get
the
the
point
point out. Shut up. All right. So yes, he's home already.
Right.
He has an hour to relax,
Mm-hmm.
decompress, and be ready for dinner.
Right.
He agreed to that.
Right.
But he's still late.
Right.
Now, she got fed up. She reached a breaking point. She threw his dinner out because he was late. He comes down, where my dinner at? She says, I threw it out. You're late. And they've been sleeping in separate beds, buying their own food type thing since then. So
See,
she
this
wants.
is the reason I don't want to fucking get married, bro. It's shit like this,
Don't
dog.
look at this one situation.
Nah, bro.
This is a very particular situation.
All right, so
15. Time out. He's
Guys.
home. He's home.
All right. So
He's not late if he's home.
no, he's late for dinner.
You can't be late for dinner if you're
can't-
home.
You can be late
You
for dinner.
cannot.
Yes,
Bro.
you can. If you not in the kitchen, you're late.
If somebody cooks you a meal, right, and you agree that you guys are gonna sit down and have dinner together, because that's part of being having an intimate, like, relationship. Like, you guys are sitting down, eating, talking, and stuff, catching up. Especially if the guy's coming home from work. So if you agree to do something, then you should work towards getting it. And I don't think she's wrong for throwing away your food, because at the end of the day, if you can't appreciate that I'm cooking for you every day and you're gonna be late, that you can't even sit down and have a conversation, then fuck you and your food. Figure it the fuck out.
Nah, I can't agree with that.
I know you
That's
can't
crazy.
agree with that. So what do you think she's supposed to do?
Not throw my food away.
Okay,
Throwing
but
my
what's the
food away is
solution?
crazy. We have another discussion. But I just came from work. I'm a hardworking man. You gonna tell me I come from work, I'm home, I'm not out at the strip club.
Is your word your bond?
All right.
Is your word your bond?
I'm home though.
Is your word your bond?
I'm home.
Okay, but I'm asking you a question.
There should be a little bit of leeway there.
But she get
Throwing my food out is OD.
She asked him, "Hey, you coming down?" He said, "I'll be there in 10 minutes." Okay, wait 10 minutes. Still not down. Are you coming? Still not down. At what
What
point
he
do you,
doing?
the fuck? That's what I'm saying. You home? What are you doing, bro? You jerking off and shit? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, throwing the food out is OD.
So what do you think she's supposed to do?
All right, so let's
Let his food get cold.
let's make the
Leave it
question
Yeah,
clear.
perfect. That's
Leave
perfect.
it.
Just leave the food
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, but that doesn't solve nothing because he could always warm it up.
So you think throwing the food out solves the problem?
I think the point you're missing is she wants to have an intimate moment with her husband to sit down and talk. And he's
Was
not
she wrong? Is the question.
Damn.
We
Sorry.
said no shouting.
My bad. Was she wrong though? Was she wrong?
She's absolutely wrong. She's absolutely wrong.
Was she wrong
Man,
just in
fuck your
general?
dinner.
Was she wrong for throwing out the plate and handling, expressing herself?
If my wife throw my food out, I'm leaving the crib.
And you're gonna go find some food
I'm
somewhere else?
ordering
I'm
food
finding
that night.
another bitch.
Yeah. I'm ordering
That's a
food
fact.
that night.
Reggie, in here, you thought you was toxic.
Now I'm definitely getting food that I know she like and eating in front of her. Because at that point, like you cooked the meal, right? Okay, I'm late coming downstairs, and we not saying like it's not like they said like, oh, he was late all the time. Like it was
Yeah,
all the time.
he's never made it on
even
time.
after the conversation, he was late.
Even after he agreed that he would be on time, he was still late.
And
Can we get his perspective?
can I ask a question?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
We don't really have.
Good question.
Right.
Quick question. Did she like call him downstairs
Yeah.
like dinner's ready?
Yeah.
And then he just said, "Nah, I'm not coming down."
He said he'll be there in 10 minutes.
No, he said, I'll be there in 1 minute.
Yeah.
But took 10, 15 minutes.
All right, but-
and this is a reoccurring thing.
All right, is this an adult we dealing with or a child?
Bro, but
I
it's
need
not
his
the
perspective.
principle of that. It's like you agreed that you were gonna be on time for dinner, and you're not respecting that agreement. The fact of the matter is, you're late, and it can be in terms of like, yo, you don't respect me and what I'm doing and what I'm bringing to the
I
table.
experienced-
Can I ask you a question? All
Go
right.
ahead.
So as a man that you
Is married.
work with corporate with
Unfortunately,
the
yes.
the wife. So
Wow. Good thing they're not watching, right?
Oh my God.
cool. I said it, not you. So would you tell me that? Could you say that there's a point in time where you come home and you might have extra work to do, like something that you have to like finish or anything like that?
So here's the thing. I work from home, right? But usually when my wife comes home, I'll tell her like, hey, like, I'm going to be late. I might not make dinner. Like, you know, if she's cooking. Or it could be vice versa because she teaches. So she actually is going out and coming home. And sometimes I'm home, I'll cook. And if she has something extra that she has to do, I'll ask her like, hey, do you want to sit down or do you want to just take the food wherever you are and something like that. So we'll communicate that way. But for me, like, if I have extra work, I'll just let her know, like, I'm going to be late and not to wait up on me to eat. And
So
sometimes she will if she wants to really sit down and talk, or sometimes I make the effort to be like, you know what, we don't see each other all the time during the day. I work from home. She works at school and she gets up early, so I'll adjust my time frame, sit down and eat with her.
So that's a yes.
Listen,
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
Yo, hold on. Before you say
I had to
something,
give
Drew.
you a whole context because
Drew,
context matters.
Hold on. I want to speak I'm gonna speak for myself. I've
For the
been in a
single people.
situation. No, I'm talking about when I was in a relationship.
you
I've been in a situation of being late for dinner, like promising a certain time I'll be ready and not being ready,
In your crib.
and reoccurring. Like food ready, food. Yeah, you said you're gonna be ready at what time? Yeah, 8 o'clock.
You talking
But
about in a relationship?
yes, in a relationship.
Okay.
Yo, you paying attention?
Yeah, I was just
Listening?
making sure. I didn't know,
In a
I
relationship.
didn't know that you had.
In
a
my
situation
past
like that. I
relationship,
didn't know you had a
that's I
situation
said
like
I could resonate. So
Okay.
let me speak for the brother.
I'm learning.
I'm gonna
something
speak
here.
for myself. It's wishful thinking sometimes. Like you can plan on being ready at a certain time, say 8 o'clock, but maybe what you're doing is taking longer. But you're still, even when you're late, you're still like 5 more minutes, maybe 1 minute, like this is what you're playing. And he probably, or I'll speak for myself, and I'm not thinking about all the times I was late or all the times I said I'll be ready at a certain time and you know, I didn't hold on. Wasn't a man of my word at the time. Like, so to a point where it's just like, oh shit, like you exploded on me. Pause. To the point where to the point where my ex reached her breaking point and was like, yo, like, you know, she's pissed off. And I'm like, she explains to me later on down the line, like, oh, it's because you do this all the time. You say you're going to be ready at one time, but you're not. You're late all the time. So it's like, fuck it. I don't want to cook no more. I don't want to eat with you.
Was it only dinner?
It was all, yeah, dinner. Yeah.
Like were you late for other things that also fed into that reaction?
That could possibly, but we're talking about, this is food. Like, we used to eat food cold, you know.
What the fuck y'all was going through?
Hey, you know, it's because I was
Rough
still doing my
times?
thing. And this is what I was saying.
Listen,
When I read, hold on. Real quick, this last thing. Shut up, Austin. All I wanted to say
we're
was,
missing that
You
shut
gotta
up.
speak your mind, brother.
he don't think,
He chatting.
he doesn't think that so obviously it's not as important for him to eat with his wife
That's basically what it
No,
is.
that's not what it is.
Your actions are
That's
showing.
not what it
Your
is.
actions are
Yo,
showing. You're
it's
not
not
making
as-
her
Time out,
her-
time
her-
out, time out.
what her
You-
wants
Well,
are as a
hold on,
You
priority.
got
Drew.
no. You just said a
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
Hold on.
listen, y'all
Nah,
both-
I'm trying to
Relax.
say, Austin has something to say.
We agree with each other.
Listen.
Oh, toxic.
You gotta be at work on time, right?
Say what?
He gotta be at work on time.
Of course, yeah.
He has to clock in for lunch on time, right? He got.
So why he didn't clock into his
time out.
wife?
He gotta have his deadlines on time, right? He has all these strict times and shit that he gotta do when he's living in the real world and making the money and paying the mortgage, whatever's going on, right?
How you know it? Never mind.
She could be paying half, Kyrie. Okay. He gets home and he's just chilling. He's relaxing. He's watching TV. Babe, the food is ready. Okay, or let me just finish a little bit of this TV show real quick.
Let me finish up this.
He didn't
Warzone match
communicate
Word,
that
let me,
though.
he didn't
Come out.
communicate.
That
Let me play
wasn't
some video games real
communicated.
quick.
But
What
you
I'm
gotta go
saying
with the
is,
context
what I'm
of
saying
the
is this:
Reddit thing.
in your own crib, you should not be telling me I gotta be downstairs 8 o'clock on the dot, and I come 15 minutes late. And
Maybe
you throw my
she can't cook. Maybe
Listen,
the food
but
is
that's
not
not
Someone
the
said
point.
that in the chat. We're
Y'all
gonna get to the
missing-
chat in
y'all
a
missing-
minute.
Y'all missing the point. The point of the matter is they had a conversation. She communicated what she wanted. If he didn't agree to that, he could have simply said, "Hey, I don't really think it's important for us to sit down and eat. I really want to just come home and relax and have food to myself." So at that point, since he never said that and he agreed to meeting her needs,
concurred.
he's in the wrong because
He doesn't want an
essentially-
argument
accepted.
with his
You
Bro,
tell
you
her
don't
what
know
she
what
wanted
he's
to
what he
hear?
wants.
I'm
We're going off
telling
the
you.
context of
Can I
what
just
it
tell her
is.
what
All
she
right,
wanted
one
to
more
hear?
point, and we gotta
I have
read
a
the
question.
comments.
Okay, so at this point, say he does that, right?
Yeah.
Is that going to change the fact that she's going to want to do that?
If they have a conversation and she says, "All right, fine," then that's different. But they have to come to either a compromise or she may agree with what he says.
But that's not going to change the fact that, cause, all right, so here's the thing. If he's as honest as possible, right, and says, "Babe, I'm not really feeling this," it's not going to stop her from wanting to do it.
But how do you know that?
Is it different?
She communicated
Because
first.
what woman has something in mind, and then their man say, "I don't want to do it," and
Bro,
they like, "Oh, okay, we don't have
What's
to do it."
worse,
going
being
off-
upfront
I know
or
you
saying
going off
that?
the Reddit, but I'm
Yeah.
being realistic.
But that's how you. But
Nah,
what she's
let's be
saying
real.
is
Kyrie,
realistic.
Kyrie.
I'm being
What she's
realistic.
saying
What's-
is realistic, though.
What's worse?
Nah, so why you keep
To
touching
what's worse to be lied to, or to someone to tell the truth? Me promising or accepting.
Happy wife, happy life.
But
is a
he
lie.
can't. He can't.
It's a lie.
He can't
It's a
fulfill
lie.
I
it.
deserve to be happy.
But he
Happy
can't
wife,
fulfill
happy
it though.
life is based
He's
off
not
a lie.
fulfilling it.
It's basically say, "Yo,
right.
in order for you to have
But
peace,
which is better?
Shut your ass up and do what you need to do to keep your wife happy." It's
Let's-
a lie.
Yo, if you can't do it, you shouldn't accept it. That's what I'm saying.
Let's get
he
into these
accepted the
comments real
thing.
quick.
That's the reason why he got an issue.
All he has to
Because
do is
he wanted
communicate.
peace.
All right, let's get into
Bro,
these
it's not about
comments
peace,
real
it's just
quick.
communication.
Shout out everybody in the chat. We see y'all making the chat lit. Shout out Joya. She says, "I would stop cooking for him. She gave him chances." Chanelli, or is that Chanel? Chanel says, "Yeah, her food probably trash for 2 reasons. Why she cooks every day is beyond me. Good food should last like 2 to 3 days."
That's a fact.
Y'all eating leftovers?
Hell yeah.
One day.
One day leftovers?
That's it.
No,
That's
2
a
to 3
strong
days?
fingers.
Yeah, because
Give
I
me
don't
a-
really like eating leftovers
Rarely
like that.
one day.
Nah. Food be hitting on that third day too.
Nigga,
I'm
that
not-
5th day, that
That's
shit
when
be
your
hitting.
stomach be hitting too.
Hey,
yo,
fifth day.
You're not supposed to eat certain foods past a certain day.
Reggie Porter says, "Nah, he's playing Call of Duty. Can't pause the game. As a wife, she needs to understand she dead wrong." I agree with that 100%.
This nigga really
Creative
won the Mr.
Miss
Toxic Award.
Creative
yo.
Myth says, "Don't forget to like and share the stream." That's a fact.
Fact.
Make sure you
Fact.
like and
Shout
subscribe.
out to
if
Creative
you haven't
Myth.
subscribed. Reggie Porter says, "I changed my mind. She not wrong because her food probably belong in the trash. If your man not fiending to eat it, it's a fact."
Good food will make you run
I
downstairs.
don't agree with her reaction. I think that was an overreaction.
To throw the food
her
away?
throwing the food away. Nah.
Melody says, "She's an idiot if he keeps. She's the idiot if he keeps doing it. I would just let him serve himself." That's another thing she
Yeah.
could have done.
Yeah.
Throwing the food out is OD.
But
Hey, if I cook it, I do what I want. You
That's
know?
wild.
It's the
But
truth.
some-
I
that's
don't have
wild.
to. I don't have to leave the food for you. You can't
That's
respect
mad
me.
petty.
That's
Hey,
OD
sometimes,
petty.
sometimes
Mad petty.
petty gets the message
Your
across.
inflation is high. You wasting food?
Yo, Austin was just talking about
Slaves
that
in
being
the
petty
kitchen.
gets the message
wasted
across.
food.
Right, we
Yeah.
just had a conversation
But
about being petty.
that's OD.
now there's
You
there's
just
levels
cooked this
to it.
meal. You made a plate. And you
I'ma
just
eat
gonna
my
throw it in the
food.
garbage?
That's
Yeah,
how
I'ma eat my
that's how
food.
pissed off she was.
Yeah,
Yo, Reggie, Mr. Toxic in the chat. Ladies are calling him toxic. Melody says, "If the lateness is consistent, then that's a problem. There's no time crunch, but don't leave me hanging. Say something." Yo, 15 minutes, Melody? Really? 15 minutes?
This you gotta
Moral
add
of the
that.
story?
That happens every day.
All right, boom. Here's my thing, right?
6 months
I
of
know
doing
we-
that.
I know we're going on to the next one, but here's my thing, right? Like Drew was saying, just based off what you were saying, he got to clock in to work, clock in to lunch,
Yup.
clock in. Well,
Yup.
I got to clock in when I get home.
Exactly.
bro, you guys are missing
Exactly.
the
Let
point.
me,
No, we
get
got the point. We got
But
the
my
point,
thing
brother.
Is, yo, the same way I go to work, I don't want to come in and have to clock in.
All he has to do is
Let
say
me-
that then.
Let me unwind.
But she has to
I'm
know that he
showing
wants
you
that.
I'm unwinding. I didn't
That
come
she
to
gotta
that
be
show.
showing and
understanding.
saying are two different things. Oh, let me not show.
On to the next one.
She gotta be understanding.
On to the next one.
All right,
all
next
don't
up.
agree.
That's why the hour is an hour of understanding.
What's up, Kyrie?
Let me just read this. Joya says, "Yeah, but the point is for her to spend time with her man. Maybe
Exactly.
they need to pick a few days out of the week."
Exactly. It's
but she's
compromise.
expecting him to do this every day.
I don't know if it's expectation.
Dinner
All right.
time.
It's just
It's
a-
She
dinner
needed
time.
to say what he was doing.
Why they can't go out to eat?
Nah, you
I
know
need
they
to know
don't.
what he was
You
doing.
just said
He
inflation
was in his
is
computer
high.
room, his
Inflation
office.
is high, but we could go out to eat.
Nah, that's what it says.
Oh, that's what's up.
We
Yeah,
don't
he was
gotta
in
go
the
to
computer
expensive
room.
place.
All right, next topic, y'all.
He was on Tinder.
Chop my cheese.
Chop my cheese.
Chop my cheese. Shout out to Timmy Thomas.
Wait, what?
Timmy
Shout
Thomas
out.
in the house.
Shout out to Timmy
Timmy
Thomas.
Thomas.
So I'm gonna make this.
She says
Put a
Charlotte
petty-
NC in the house. Creative Miss says Reggie Porter the type to be late for dinner, but always nutting mad early. The nerve of some motherfuckers.
Ooh, don't you ever talk on another man's nut.
Creative
That's
Myth,
crazy.
what?
Spicy.
Don't you ever
Spicy.
talk about that man's
Spicy.
nut. That's wild.
I'm not gonna lie. Now that I'm just, this is
We were
this is
supposed
on
to
the
move on
side.
to the
I
next
know, but
topic.
now that I'm older, nothing quick, not a big deal anymore.
It's really not.
It's not a
Let me
big
tell you
deal.
something. Nothing,
Hey, that could be
Right?
a compliment to the girl.
Exactly. Nothing
Like,
quick.
yo, hey,
Shit
Nothing
good.
Quick, nothing quick is not a loss. All
Yeah,
right.
like-
It's a gain for you because you know your thing is good.
Exactly.
But if I'm taking the marathon, you might not have. You might have.
Shit
that-
might be dry as the
Nah,
Hava Desert.
You can have a marathon and it's still good.
Oh yeah.
But-
Hey,
Wait. Actually, this nigga said
What is that like?
Huh?
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead,
What is
Mr.
that like?
2 hour pumper.
To nut quick. What is that like?
Please,
Shut up.
nigga, I'll call one. Never mind.
Next topic.
All right, next topic. We doing chop my cheese. Who's first?
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Yo, so
Yo.
this is gonna turn.
Yo. All right, so boom.
This is gonna turn real. This is gonna turn real serious. But
No, it ain't.
what really chops my cheese is the mass shootings that have been going on. I speak for myself. I'm very fed up with the shit that's been going on, and it just makes me fearful for potential kids that I have. You know, everybody is a collective. Like, you don't know when your last day could be on you, and it's just like, it's the sucky part is it's like, me and Austin was talking, and we read a stat where it said 222 shootings have happened so far
Yeah,
this year.
something like that.
And it hasn't even been six.
222?
It hasn't been 6 months yet. We just reaching 6 months.
And they categorize it as 4 or more people are hit.
Yeah.
For a mass shooting.
Oh, okay. Four more people pass.
4 more people have been shot.
Get shot? Okay.
Yeah. So it's like it's become so normalized. I don't know about you, but I feel like we get the reaction, and then like a week or two later, it's like people forget about it. Oh, the camera. People forget about it. So it's just like what? Like it's just I don't know. It just really chops my cheese that it feels like there's nothing that can be done. And then when you comparing it to other countries, sort of similar like U.S., they don't have these problems.
Yeah.
Like Europe, they don't have these problems.
Australia?
Australia, they don't have these problems. So it's just like, why is America in this situation where people are killing people because of race, or people are getting bullied and they're killing innocent kids? Like, what?
Yeah.
And I don't-
212 so far.
212.
In this past year?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's
That's
like
a lot.
it just really bothers me, and like it really chops my cheese because, you know, people present arguments on why like there shouldn't be any gun control law or why there should, and it just feels like everybody has their own agenda and nobody's thinking about the collective, and it feels like nothing can be done.
Yeah. I don't have no problem with the right to bear arms, but bear arms responsibly.
But 18-year-olds should not be
Yeah,
getting
they should definitely. I'm seeing people saying they should bump the age up to like
25.
25.
Yes, 25.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense.
You
Like, why not have 25 seems like the right time.
Not saying that 25s are not capable of doing something
Exactly,
like that, but it's like it puts a
Your mind matures
Yeah.
as you get older.
I guess, but I mean, people who go to the army at 18 then.
And that's also
Would
the
that
argument.
would be the exception, I guess.
But they could say, well, why don't you just bump the age up for that? But they're never going to
They
do
would
that.
never do that.
Exactly.
If
So
they could make it younger, they would. That's a fact.
I must say, I'm looking at the list, and they go by state. They have like the dates in the states of all these mass shootings, and Texas is up here quite a lot. It's mostly the southern states.
yeah, where they don't
100%.
really have gun control.
yeah,
niggas-
Texas just
niggas
passed
bring
a
their guns
law
to dinner.
where you could permit to carry out in public, I think, and like
Yeah.
it's much more easier to get guns than it was before. So the problem is there's no federal like really gun control law because people don't want it to be a federal thing. They want it to be a state to state thing. But the problem is it's like,
I think Georgia did that too.
yeah, Georgia did it too. Yeah. So the problem is it's like people bring up, oh, like Chicago, people get killed in Chicago like that. But it's only in selected few neighborhoods. And I think they said like 60% of the guns that come into Chicago are from like states like Indiana and Wisconsin because Chicago has a tough gun law. So because there's no federal law, people can go across state lines and bring the guns from those states in there. So it's just like, it's all these factors and it's all these like people who like really like, it's all like, you know what really bothers me is when people are like, oh, we're just gonna pray. And it's like, how much praying can you do? Like at what point is there like no resolution, no like something has to be done?
What do you think?
I believe there needs to be tougher gun laws. I mean, for me, I'm not a big proponent of guns, but I understand people feel comfortable being protected having a gun. I can understand that. But I really think like an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, or like I just think there needs to be a really extensive background check, and I think there needs to be a federal law.
Yeah.
Like nobody's stopping you from having a gun, but there needs to be a lot of barriers in protecting people and backgrounds. And I also heard another argument where they was talking about teachers and people need to bear arms. Y'all don't even pay teachers.
Shit.
Y'all don't even pay
Guns.
teachers enough
Shit.
to teach. You want them now to teach and protect your child? That don't make no sense. What if your child gets smart with them? They can be like, nigga, I got this AK. You better act the fuck right.
If our teachers in high school had guns,
I'll be a goner right
we
now.
would be dead, bro.
I would be a goner
We would be
right now.
fucking dead. They was fucking terrorizing the teachers in van.
Could you
Like,
imagine making a teacher cry? She's like, nigga,
yo, shut the fuck up. Pistol whip you, bow. Nigga, shut up.
it's just nonsensical solutions, and it just sucks.
Yeah,
So,
I shake my head every time I see the mayor go on TV and talk about gun control.
Yeah.
We got to get the guns off the streets,
guns.
right? And they throw out this stat: we recovered this many guns. It's crazy because all I got to do is a 4-hour, 5-hour drive out of New York, right? Go to another state.
Yep.
I could pick up some shit and come right back. Like,
right back,
like
yep.
you're not doing. You're getting them off the streets, but the problem is they're coming in, right?
Yeah.
And you're not stopping them from coming in. You're just getting them off the street now. But a new wave of guns are going to come in because it's so easy and accessible. All you got to do is drive.
Yo, as much as it is a hard time to go to the DMV, as much as it is a hard time to rent a car,
I
as
haven't
much
been
as
to
it is
the
a hard
DMV
time
in like
to
2
Get an
years.
apartment, get a crib, get a loan from the bank. Make it that hard to get a fucking gun.
For real.
I'm not gonna lie.
These
DMV,
fake niggas
they
be
fix them. They
denying
fix
you.
they shit up.
The DMV kind of quicker now.
Yeah,
but
they a little quicker. They doing
I
online
haven't
shit.
been to the DMV in like 2 years,
That's
and I
'cause you live in
definitely am
Philly.
late on my eye inspection. But I got 20/20 vision, so don't matter.
Talk to
You
him.
got to throw that in there.
Talk to him.
they gotta
if you don't get your
Stunting on
adulting
Gus?
ass out of here, nigga, be mature and shit.
That nigga
It's
stunting
adult
on
stat.
Gus.
You got glasses. My
God
bad.
damn. Nigga, what's your vision, Gus?
You making it hot.
What's your vision?
Let me making it hot.
Don't worry about it.
Thick
All
ass
right.
glasses.
Chop my
Let me-
cheese. Who next?
Me.
Let me read some of these comments real quick. Melody says that mass shooting is heartbreaking. Poor babies in elementary school, so sad. Yeah, it's definitely
a silver
sad.
lining though. One of them survived. There's
Okay.
one of the girls that she got shot 5 times. She's looking to make a full recovery though. She did make it. That's one of the silver linings in this.
Damn.
Shout outs to her. Prayers to her and her family.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Chanel says, yeah, and the supermarket shooting 11 days ago with 10
Yeah.
black elders dying by a white
Hatred that
supremacist.
people. That's crazy. man.
Melody says, why should people feel scared to take their kids to school? Shaking my head, so sad. Shout out to Love Lavender in the chat. She said, Timmy Thomas says,
Sorry.
She
it's
only
hap-
gonna be here for about 10 minutes anyway.
Timmy Thomas says, it's
Facts.
happening because people are taking God out of everything. Ooh, Timmy, talk about it. Explain more. Love Lavender says, protect kids from guns by bringing in more guns. People are idiots. And Reggie Porter says, only problem is if you have no priors or mental issues, you can pass a background check.
And
They need
also,
a mental health check.
but they keep talking about mental health. I know it's my last point. They keep saying, oh, it's a lot of his mental health, but mental health is not a USA thing. It happens across the world. So why is it that other countries are not having this problem? Depression could be felt anywhere and across the world. So I don't think that's just a major reason. Like, obviously, that could be a
You
reason.
saw First Take this morning?
I did. It's Russo. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was good. I don't agree with
They
him a
were-
lot of
they
stuff.
They were going in though.
Yeah,
They let it be known. I like to see the different platforms voice their opinions because they
Yeah.
have the platform, right?
Exactly.
Talk about it everywhere.
I mean, it's cool to see them talk about it, but the same way they're up in arms about it, I feel like the Senate needs to do the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Oh,
they the
What we
problem.
vote them for?
Facts.
Why vote them if you just not
They
if
up
you're
there
not
for the
gonna do
check.
nothing?
That's what I'm starting to feel like.
Facts.
Chop my cheese.
Chop my
My
cheese.
cheese.
Ladies, I get
shit.
that you got to be tough in the streets.
Tell them.
Let other people know, like, to respect your boundaries, to fall back off of you. I understand having to be tough, but don't bring that home to your significant other. You don't have to be tough with your significant other. You know what I'm saying? You could have your boundaries. You could have, you know what I'm saying, the things that you stand on, respect it, always. But when it comes down to being tough with your significant other, I don't get it. Like, I understand a lot of people be having trauma, have their guard up, this, that, and the third. I understand. But once you step foot in a relationship, and once you step foot to be with somebody, please understand that they are not the product that hurt you. They're not the person that's trying to hurt you. They're trying to be with you. In other situations, if they're that person, of course I get being, you know what I'm saying, trying to get them out that situation. But if they're not that, I feel personally that you shouldn't be tough with your partner. You shouldn't be like, let your man be a man. Because when it comes down to it, if somebody, God forbid, somebody hit you, somebody snuff you in your shit, you want your man to do something. You don't want him to be like, oh, she got it. That would be crazy. So my thing is, sometimes you have to let your man be a man. Sometimes you have to let that guard down when you're with them. You don't have to be tough all the time. Like, if you in the street and you see somebody being disrespectful, your man's supposed to step up and take care of it. If you get out of pocket and try to be tough in that situation, it could be harmful for you and him. I'm never gonna let my girl argue with a dude.
Wait, so you talking about more in public or in private?
I'm
or
talking
in
about both.
Oh, okay.
Can I add something real quick?
Yeah.
Not add something. I just want to say something.
They said they're getting some echo.
You know, I used to say the same shit. Like, I used to be like, a woman should let a man be a man.
Mm-hmm.
But then I started to realize there are some women who are just masculine to the point where it's just not gonna happen.
True.
So I no longer tell a woman that she has to let a man be a man. If I feel like she's the one that wants to take charge all the time and she's hard and she has a tough shell, she's not for me. You know? That's how I see it now. So now if I know what I like feminine women. I like women who allow me to take charge, who trust me. If she don't do that for me, I'm out. You know? You can't change anybody, in my opinion. So,
But
I like that. That's word.
You feel me?
Words of wisdom.
But
yes,
my-
sir.
but my-
Bellows word of the day.
But
you
my
hear me?
thing is, I feel like some people wear that, like they have to be tough, and then they carry it into other situations where it doesn't need to be.
Yeah. Sometimes people are so damaged to the point where a relationship
goods.
is gonna be so much work for you to get them to the point where you guys are gonna be good.
But you know, if I will say that if there's ever that opportunity, not saying you should do it, it will probably be very rewarding to see that person change from where they were.
Yeah, but is it
And I'm
worth
saying,
going through the
that's
fire
why-
with them?
That's why I'm saying it's not. I don't think it's.
How much
I
of
don't think it's
yourself are
worth
you
it.
willing to lose
I
to
think-
get that person back to where they at?
I think if you're patient enough and you're secure in yourself, then it wouldn't bother you. But if you feel like it's not for you and you don't think you're patient enough, then I don't think you should do it. I wouldn't advise that to be something that somebody should take on. But there are people out there who have no problem helping people out their shell and being patient enough.
If you're not going to accept the person you seeing for who they are right now, then it's going to be tough. It's
I
going
don't
to
believe that,
stress
'cause
you
women,
out.
Women do that shit all the time.
Yeah, and that's why they be stressed
Because
out.
they feel like a dude will come in one way and they feel like they could change him.
Oh, yeah,
That's
'cause
why they.
girls are
But
stupid.
that's why.
I
but
don't
that's why
like
they-
dating girls that are Mrs. Fixes. Like I don't want you to try to fix me to be something
Well,
you
you
want
don't
to
have to
be.
worry
It's,
about
it's
that
the same
That is
thing
so
though.
true.
It's the same thing. It's
That
like
is true,
both
though.
parties.
I
If
feel
you
like
don't
women do
don't
that more.
accept the, I'm talking right. I thought I was talking.
I'm sorry, I heard something.
A word, nigga, we
Nigga, what's
unplug
up?
this shit.
What's up?
Nigga,
What
shit.
you trying to do?
Listen, just don't mess up.
Listen,
Y'all throw this can
all
over
right,
your
so
head.
yeah, if you're trying to change somebody, you're always gonna have issues. If you're able to accept the person for who they are, even like their negative traits, even if you see potential, accept them for who they are at the moment. You appreciate their growth,
Bro,
as
I'm telling you this now. There's people who come into situations with a certain demeanor or a certain attitude, and through time they do change because they realize their partner isn't going for it, or they realize that's a boundary that their partner is
Love
willing
Lavender,
not
it's
to
funny.
have. So I don't believe the whole. I get accept them for who they are. You know what I'm saying? And even in church, they be like, "Oh, come as you are." But if you come into a church with jeans, sneakers, and a t-shirt on, they're gonna be like, "Why you don't got a suit on?" So
I wish they would tell me that.
my thing.
We
my-
pay the same dues like you. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, but they probably look better. For the image of the church. But my thing is, there's certain things that you're not gonna like. I understand women being tough. I understand the climate that we're in and all that. I get it. I completely understand. With a stranger, somebody you don't know, somebody who's trying to make advances and you don't want it, be that. But with your significant other, I feel like that shouldn't be.
Okay.
Leave her. Damn. That's why I give the worst advice. I give the worst advice because my shit is leave her.
And this all stems from a video I saw where this dude was telling his girl, like, yo, fall back, let's go. And she was still, you know, amped and adamant, like, nah, this nigga da-da-da. And the nigga
I
knocked
can't
her
do
shit
that shit. You know
loose.
who that remind me of? B. Simone.
Wow.
So you did the transmission.
Feel me?
Before you read the
All
comments.
right, let me read the comments real quick, though.
Kyrie was that.
All right, so someone asked me in the chat earlier. She said, what is femininity exactly? Where is she?
I don't know.
Shout out to One Eye Skull in the chat. What up, my boy?
Yo.
Love Lavender said, making life worse for us and better for them. I don't think that was it. Reggie Porter says, get you a feminine woman and you won't have to deal with them issues, brother. And Chanel says, what exactly is femininity? She also says, because some people mistake femininity with being a pushover.
Oh, no, not that. That's definitely not what I mean when it comes to femininity. I don't mean being a pushover, getting stepped on and all that. Nah, that's different. I don't want no pushover.
What is femininity to you?
To me, it's somebody who moves with a certain decorum with themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So with grace.
With grace, okay? They do have that masculine energy, but it doesn't overpower. It's not to the point where you feel like you can't do anything, or they feel like they have to do everything by themselves.
Yeah.
To me, with femininity, it's like,
So do you want to be the one in front and she's behind?
it's not being in front or being
Yes.
But
behind.
it's
My
not
thing
always.
is-
It's not always a bad thing if you say it.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yes.
To me, it's not really about being in front and being behind, but in certain situations, yes, absolutely, I want to be in front. Because in certain situations, I know she could take lead on.
There are situations where I want to be behind it, though.
Yeah, definitely. But my thing is for both of us to have an understanding of that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when women are so feel like they have to play that dominant role, they feel like every situation they have to take care of, and that's not the case.
But maybe they don't trust their partner.
The fact that you said that, Joya just says, she says, listen, females will let you lead if she trusts you. And I agree with that 100%. To me, femininity is someone who is a woman who's submissive,
Yeah.
and she'll allow you to lead because she trusts the fact that she trusts your leadership.
Not completely submissive to the point where you're being pushed over. No, not that.
Nah, you wouldn't.
dudes
If you
like
love
that,
her, yeah,
but
some guys will take advantage.
I'm not a fan of.
If
like,
you
that
love her,
whole
you're not going to take
pushover
advantage
stuff.
of her, but you know.
I want my woman to speak.
Yeah.
Say your mind.
Your woman.
Sorry, you're right. I want my
yeah.
wife to speak.
And Joy also says, she says, date who is for you.
Exactly.
I say that too all the time.
Can't change them.
Exactly.
But people be changing. They'll introduce you to one person.
Some people
and
may
then-
be.
and flip like a pancake.
Some people may be flexible where they can adapt to the situation that you're in.
True.
If they realize the other person is not going to change, they can try to change some part of themselves to work with you. But it can't be to the point where they're changing all of themselves to be with you.
True. And I'm not, like, my thing is, I'm not expecting anybody to change all of themselves.
Yeah.
Like, completely, like, not be who you are. Be who you are.
Yeah.
But-
be who you be.
But with all people, there's certain aspects that we do have to let go.
Reggie Porter says, this is the last comment, then we can move on. Reggie Porter says, if we really got to define femininity and masculinity, then we're doomed as a society. Chanel says, nah, it's not that we don't know what it is. It's that in today's society, it's a trend, and many people are overthinking what being a woman/man is.
Oh, yeah, and that toxic shit is corny. Stop making that shit popular.
And Reggie Porter says, only time a woman should be masculine is when the food you order got to go back to the chef, or when you need your money back from customer service. I'm done. That's hilarious.
I'm not afraid to curse
I
customer
know you
service
not.
out. Shit, I want my. I don't play when it comes to my money.
All right.
You fuck
I
my
ain't
money
gonna
up,
lie,
it's a problem.
For some reason, women like handle situations like that better.
They do.
And for some reason, they get bills lowered and all types of stuff. So do what you gotta do.
That's that woman
All right.
charm.
Yep.
Moving on, we got news on the scroll.
News on
Someone
the
make some
scroll.
noise or with something.
News on
Fast-
the scroll.
All right, so we got a clip from Instagram. It is B. Simone. What is she? Instagram comedian, you would say?
She do something.
Do we think she's funny?
She's a personality.
We not even gonna go into
We're
that.
not gonna go into that.
All right.
Shout out to that
Because you
queen.
know some people here are fans.
Shout out to that queen.
She's funny.
All right,
She's funny.
we gonna play the video. She made some statements about MLK the other day, and we gonna give our thoughts.
Okay.
Feels weird.
King is the man that fought for freedom or the fact that he was cheating on the Jesus. I'm gonna give you this example. He's a great father, great businessman, he's a great CEO, he's an entrepreneur, he's such a boss. Look at that man, he's a boss. He's a great father. Look at him, a strong black man. Look at him being at his kid's game. But you're cheating on your wife. You're not a good husband, but he's great in all these other aspects. Not a good dad, because you don't respect me. How the fuck you show me he's a good father and you don't respect their mother? You're not a great dad, my nigga.
Is that a trailer?
Did you hear that? I don't know what it was.
No, that's how they edit their clips. You know,
Did she just
they
call
make it dramatic.
Martin
I like
Luther King
that.
my nigga?
Did you hear it? Oh, okay.
It sound like a trailer.
I say it sound,
Matt.
but I thought it was gonna be her talking, but
Yeah,
I
it
couldn't
sound like
find
mad
it.
cut up.
I sent it in the chat.
Okay. Well, we got it now.
Well, we just
No, we don't.
They heard it.
So what about it?
She just called Martin. Yeah, she definitely called Martin Luther King my nigga. The lack of respect for the great Martin Luther
You would have
King.
never did that to Mrs. Parks
Never.
or Mrs. Tubman
Never.
or Mrs. Sojourner Truth.
I have a problem with this post.
That was good.
I'm gonna tell you why I got a problem with it. I think that if you cheat on your wife, that doesn't make you a bad man. I think that everybody can make a mistake. Just because you cheat on your wife doesn't take away from the fact that you could be a good father. It doesn't take away from the fact that you could be a good leader. It doesn't take away from the fact that you could provide.
True.
You can be good at all these things, but still be a terrible husband, in my opinion.
But what is the lump sum of all of those actions? Like, so you being a good father, you being a good husband, you being a good provider, all these things. What is the title? What is the actual title of all those things? Like, put together.
Drew.
Huh?
The title is Drew.
No, I'm saying if you're doing everything you're supposed to do, what is the title that sums up all those things?
You're a good man.
So if you're not doing one of those things correctly, are you still a good man?
Yes. You are absolutely still a good man. Y'all don't think so?
I don't think.
Let us know in the chat.
I don't think he's a bad man. I just think it depends on how. It's a subjective opinion, right? Because MLK was a pastor, so because he's preaching, and the fact that he has an infidelity, some people allegedly, yes, some people could look at him in a sense of like, you're a pastor who's preaching all these words, and yet you're cheating on your wife. That can take some points away from another person's perspective, how they view him. Now, I don't think that's. I think it's fair depending on what you think is important. But I think if we're looking at the work, the whole body of work that he's done for our people, I don't think he's a bad man. I just think he had faults. And
Yes.
I think his faults, depending on how large you look at it, may be, I don't think it overtakes what he's done for us as a community.
So what you're saying is Martin Luther King was a human.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he was a human, but he was an imperfect human.
Who's perfect here?
No, nobody's perfect. But I think you can still hold him accountable for what his actions are.
I don't have to. You know why I don't have to hold him accountable? Because
Why?
I don't.
I
I
mean,
I don't live in his shoes. I don't live his life.
Yeah. I mean, I
So
don't
what
think we can hold him
what I
accountable.
was taught about Martin Luther King was that he did this, that, and the third for our people. What he did in his personal life had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with me personally. This, to me, this stems back to the whole Will Smith situation.
Oh, please don't bring up Will Smith.
Will Smith smacked Chris Rock. He put all black people down. How?
Yeah.
Martin Luther King was out there fighting for our freedom, fighting for this, fighting for that. Whoever he chose to lay down with was a personal decision. So now you sitting here labeling him a bad man. So does that discredit all the work that he's done to make sure that you live the way you live right now? Which is we're not in the greatest of spaces, but we're not where we were. So that diminishes everything. So you telling me if Rosa Parks would have found out she had infidelity, that would just take away everything she's done?
Right, or if Rosa Parks.
She's a
I mean,
bad
I'm
woman.
not, I can't even joke on Rosa. I can't even do this.
It's such a weird topic
These
to
are
have.
these are people that
That
should not be
trailblazers.
touched.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
trailblazers.
leave them alone.
I don't think it's a matter of they can't be touched. We can talk about it, but we can still respect the work that they've done for our community.
Yes, I agree.
Because I think it's a conversation because these are people who we look up to as people who've helped our community. But I think the thing is, imperfections aren't talked about in a sense, and I think that the sense is like just because a person has an imperfection, that doesn't make them a bad person. They just made a mistake.
And I think they can still be good at everything else that they do, and they can still be flawed. Like Kendrick just dropped an album. Niggas one of the greatest artists of all time.
Better than J. Cole, right?
Top 3 for me in no particular order.
Better than J. Cole.
One of the greatest of all time.
Better than
and
J.
he
Cole,
talks
right?
about cheating on his, you feel me? Cheating on his wife. He talks about possibly being a sex addict. He talks about trauma, and it's like nobody's perfect. But to me, it doesn't take away from anything that he's done.
So A Melody, I'm jumping through the comments. A Melody made a point. She said if it was a woman, she would have been dragged. I put a woman in. If it was a woman, MOK, she's saying she would have been dragged. Now
Yes,
think about it.
She would have been dragged.
So now we get into the specs of double standards.
If she did everything that Martin Luther King did, she wouldn't have been dragged.
But you just said she would have.
If let's say,
Okay.
If Martin Luther King
if his
was
wife
still,
If it was
cheated on him,
Martina Luther King.
if she cheated on him,
Martina Luther.
if she cheated on him, and the accolades were the same. Like Martin Luther King was still, he still was who he was, and she was who he was. Of course, she would have been dragged because she didn't have the accomplishments that he did.
Okay, but I'm saying if switch genders, if it was a female we were talking about who had all these accolades, you don't think she would have been dragged?
No, I think
Maya Angelou was a prostitute.
Okay, but we talk. Okay, well,
I don't think she would have been dragged. There's female. If we're gonna go to
got a
celebrities,
point.
there's female celebrities that do crazy
I'm just talking
shit.
about MLK. Like, if
Here's
it
what
was-
I'm trying to correlate.
Go ahead.
There's female celebrities that do crazy shit all the time, right? Cardi B said that she robbed niggas, she drugged, right? She drugged people before. This is all the shit she did in her past. But because she's so big, she's a household name, niggas look over that shit. She's one of the biggest artists in the world. So yes, I think they would look over it. I don't think that.
They said Harriet Tubman used to punch babies and knock them out when they made noise so that they wouldn't get caught.
What would you do?
Is that true? I saw that, but I don't know if
So
that's true.
they wouldn't get caught.
Is this true?
Yes.
We gotta
so
look
they
that
wouldn't get caught.
I'm punching the baby too,
Used to
nigga.
knock
That's
babies
wicked.
out.
The fuck else you gonna do? You gotta shut the
You
baby
can't
up.
cry on the trail.
It's either-
We gotta get to the north.
It's either the baby or the freedom. Which one you want?
Which one you
know,
want us
you know,
goes
Span, I
back
was
to the
gonna mention that.
masters?
I was gonna mention that.
Somebody gotta go.
Annie Mae, if you don't shut that
Yo,
baby up.
what's that Dave Chappelle joke? And he was talking about somebody who saves, but he I forgot who was he talking about.
Why you talking so low?
He was talking about someone who saves or something. He said he does this, but he saves. I forgot. Anyway, listen.
Wait,
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember it. I know what you're talking about though. I can't.
But it's like
remember
someone who does good for the world, but maybe to their family, they're not as good of a person, or to maybe it's like if you're doing good to the mass, but you may have 1 or 2 or 3, in comparison, that you're not doing that good. It's like the good overweighs the bad, even though the bad is still the bad.
Yeah.
The good still overweighs the bad.
Yeah, like it's like having like a little blemish on your record.
And think about it. He died without, he died early.
he didn't
so
get to speak for himself,
He couldn't get
yeah.
to speak for himself.
He
And
gets to
that's
speak for
another
himself.
thing. The man got assassinated. It's like,
crazy.
damn, can he rest? Like you just bringing up his name, like, oh, he was a bad man. Oh, listen, if he was allegedly a bad man, does this take away from his accolades? Does it take away? He fought for you. He fought for me.
I don't think this makes him a bad
I
man.
wonder how women.
Yeah, I
What's
think Drew
women's
said it-
opinions
Drew made
to
it
it?
clear, like, I agree with you. Like, I was just thinking OD, but like, he
That's
was
his
a
excuse for
bad.
being quiet.
He was a bad husband.
Husband, yes.
Right, but that doesn't make him a bad father, right? Him being a father is a relationship to his kids.
Right.
Right. Him being a leader is a relationship to his people. Right. Him being a husband, his relationship to his wife.
Right.
Right. So you can't categorize everything. You can call him out and say he's a bad husband, right, because of what he did to his wife. But at the same time, he could have done everything for his kids, right, and that makes him a good father.
Yeah.
Right. So you got to separate it.
And on top of that, the man's been dead for 60-something years. All
All right,
right,
let's get to
let
these
this
comments.
man rest. B. Simone.
All right, Chanel says, if you cheat on your child's parent, that affects your child, therefore making
That
you
is
an
another point. Sorry.
therefore making you an imperfect mother or father. Nobody perfect, Chanel.
Ain't nobody perfect.
Melody says he has done good for his community, but I can understand his kids saying he wasn't a good father because he cheated on their mother. No one is
Whoa.
perfect.
So if you cheat on the parent, on the significant other, that labels you automatically a bad father?
I think in a kid's perspective, because you gotta understand, like that can hurt a child's feelings when you growing up. You see what you see is your two family household, your parents love, and then you kind of find out that your dad cheated on your mother. It's like, damn, like
I'm gonna say, damn, my pop's fucked up.
Yeah,
But
He's still a good dad.
he fucked up.
He still held me
I
down.
think
He
you
still
saying
took care
that-
of us.
I think you would say that as you got older and try to understand the situation. But if you're young and you saw that,
It depends on how the story is deciphered to you, because a bitter person will tell a fucked up
but
story.
it may not be just about a bitter person.
Now,
It may just
if
be
he's
what they saw.
Understand what I'm saying though?
Yeah, no, I hear you, but I don't think it's always the case. It could just be that they may have saw the action. You know,
If he's
They walked
continuously
in on the
cheating,
sex, on the
you
cheating.
never know. People cheat. Listen,
all right, let me finish these comments and then we can move on.
In the church.
Melody says I read that. Joya says, I don't know if her whole interview was solely about MLK. Chanel says, cheating is not a mistake, it's a choice. Timmy Thomas says, the one at the bottom with the braids, what's your name? My name is Bello, Mr. Timmy Thomas. Love Lavender says, first of all, I work in customer service and I hate when people get I don't know what the fuck that is. All right, Sheridan says, not to discredit the things he's done, he did a lot, but he lacked integrity in a certain area, i.e. his relationship, and the church covered that up for him. But shenanigans being tolerated in the church is another topic for another day.
Ooh, I'd
This
definitely
is
love to talk
true.
about
That
that.
is very true.
The church is very holy, but it's very, very nasty.
All right, time out. Reggie Porter says, Tiger got hella respect. Man had songs about him. Melody says, think about Bill Cosby for all the good he did. Would y'all say he is a good man? Nope.
No, he's a nasty man.
That was
Wait,
that
wait,
was.
no.
Hold on.
Wait,
Remember
hold
that
on,
joke
wait.
I was talking about?
Huh?
That's what Dave Chappelle was talking about.
Oh,
He
yeah,
said
yeah.
he rapes, but he saves. He said
did not see
he
that
saves more than he rapes, but he saves more than he rapes,
But my thing
but he's
is,
still raped.
But my thing is,
Where's that joke from?
all right, infidelity versus drugging
That's two different things.
is two different things.
Yeah. Chanel says, nah, if you hurt your child's mother or father, that ultimately affects you being a good father or mother. Reggie Porter says, Cosby ain't do it. So, yes, he is a good man.
Cliff Hustle.
All right, last one,
I
Creative
cannot
Myth.
agree or deny.
Creative Myth says MLK got locked up, shot at, marched endlessly, and ultimately lost his life. African Americans and people in poverty. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have been able to talk about this.
It's true. All that stress. The least you could do is get something. No, I'm playing.
Nigga, you better get some buns on the side, all that work he put in. The fuck?
But yo, all right. Imagine on the march on Washington, right? And he just marching. You just see some girl with some fat ass. He's like,
I'm done.
I have a dream.
All right, moving on.
What are we moving on to?
We got another clip for News on the Scroll. We're going to run through this real quick.
Yeah.
You want to jump to the main topic?
We could jump to the main.
All right, so you need to speak up.
Wait, what you got on News on the Scroll?
Nah, we got jumping into the main topic. All right, so
We got
what's
jumping
the
into
word?
the main topic.
What's the word for today's segment? What's the word is the portion of our show where we talk about it's the meat and potatoes of
What's
the
the
show. It's
word?
the
What's the
main
word?
topic. And today's episode, as you guys can see, is about accountability. Now, we want to talk about how you guys hold your friends accountable in certain aspects, right?
Yeah.
Austin, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Do you expect your friends to hold you accountable?
Yes, if they're my friends.
So you expect your real friends to hold you accountable.
My real friends should hold me accountable
Why?
because they're my friends. They're in my circle. The same way I look out for them, they should be looking out for me.
Okay.
Yeah, you ain't expect that, nigga, huh?
Nah, I didn't. I really didn't.
That's why he picked on him?
Yeah, because he was just looking at me.
Okay,
Kyrie, what you think?
Of course. I hold any and anybody accountable. So I would hope that anybody will hold me accountable. And if they do, I would definitely apologize.
If they hold you accountable?
Yeah, because if I made a mistake, I got to own up to my shit.
Okay. So let's talk about certain aspects of how you can hold your friends accountable. One is, let's say you have a friend, you have your boy, or a female, and you see that he's not pushing himself as hard as he can in life, like his career. So you see he's not making progress in anything he's doing. He's kind of chilling around, and you know that this is your boy. You know he has the potential to be way greater than where he's at. How would y'all talk to that person and let them know that, or do y'all even feel the need to have that type of conversation? Like, bro, you could be doing more than what you're doing now.
At first, I'm gonna look at myself because sometimes they say your friends reflect who you hang out with. So I'm gonna look at myself first. Like, am I on my game? Am I fucking up out here?
Yeah.
But then once I look at myself and see the answer is no, I gotta let him know. Like, look, there's way more you could be doing. All right, maybe you're comfortable in the job that you have, but the comfortability is keeping you in the spot that you're in.
Yeah.
Maybe I put like, fill out these new job opportunities, or try to put it in front of you so you can see it. Now I can't force you to do nothing. Once I put you in a position to do better or show you something that can help you do better, that's my job.
Okay.
When it comes to them not basically following, right? Like what? Like, do you have something that, like for me, I would probably, like, slow down on the communication, right? Stop hanging out as much, right? Like, they'll be like, oh, you want to go out and let's go to this party thing? Like, nah, I'm in here working, but I think you should, pick your shit up, right? Like, don't go out tonight. You should just, like, that's the kind of, like, passive active kind of like me showing like, yo, I'm holding you accountable. Like I'm not chilling with you because I feel like you're not in a position to chill.
Yeah, I can't.
I feel like you should be home working.
Yeah.
So you falling back from the person, and
you kind of have to. You kind of have to, because how does it look if you telling me like, I ain't got no this, I ain't got that, this is tough, but let's go out for drinks.
Yeah. So not necessarily falling back, but not feeding the problem.
Yeah.
Not feeding, feeding the distractions,
Gotcha.
right? Like if my man's is struggling and doing, like I'm not gonna be hitting him up every week, like yo, trying to go to Miami, like we out, let's go, like I know you're not in the position.
Yeah,
you feel me? So like
you can't have that talk on the yacht though.
Nah, cause
you not he partying, he having fun.
You enjoy life right now. You like, I should have did this.
Right,
sooner.
you didn't work for this. You here, but you should be working. You should be working. You here, but you should be working.
What about y'all?
Niggas, you on the show?
Nah.
Both of them niggas looking at the wall.
Niggas is visible like that plant.
I definitely I had to think about it when the original question said, do you expect your friends to hold you accountable? To be honest with you, I don't. It's a blessing if they do, but I don't. Like I don't. Yeah. But how I hold my friends accountable, especially my inner circle, is if I know you have a talent, if I know you have things that you're good at, any chance that I get that I feel like, this is a perfect, like when it's in my head, when it's on my mind, like I try to let you know. Like it's not going to be a constant thing. It's not going to be an annoying thing. I understand everybody got their own, situations in life. And they may not be vocal about it, but I feel like when I can, I like to just throw it in there. Like, hey man, you could be doing better. All right.
Why don't you want to be held accountable by your friends?
Nah,
I just said not
Or
that I
why
don't
you
want.
Feel like they should?
Expect it?
Yeah. Why don't you expect it?
I don't know. Honestly, I let people do what they want. Like as in like I want you to be who you genuinely are around me.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not gonna put these type of holds on you. Like I'd rather just like, hey, like I'm thankful that my inner circle holds me accountable. Like they will randomly be like, yo, you good type shit. You could be doing better. But I wouldn't expect. I'm not expecting you to do it.
I can't personally agree with that, because my thing is, you said you want them to be their natural selves around you. I'm not gonna be my natural self if I see you doing bad. If I see you could be doing better, and I'm just chilling like, oh, yo, you in that situation? Fuck. Yo, I'm about to go out. You coming? Like, that's crazy. I'm not going to sit there. If my man's is in a position where he's not doing good, I'm going to let him know about it.
But I won't judge you if you feel like, that's what I mean when I say I have no expectations. I won't judge you if you aren't. You may not be comfortable with speaking to me on that level.
I feel like you should be. I feel like you should.
I think
so. You have expectations for your
I feel like
your
you
friends.
should look at me some type of way if I don't do that.
I think it depends though. I think for me it's like.
Sorry. Pause, bro.
I appreciate the
That
work.
was a fail.
It's a little limp over there.
I'm not gonna lie, your mic looking a little flaccid.
I really don't know what I can do about that. There's no Viagra for this.
No
The
Bluetooth.
cable is supposed to be under. That's why. There you go.
Hey, don't look at me. That's your
The one who did that shit.
What
Thanks.
was you gonna say?
So for me, I want my friends to hold me accountable, but I also feel like I don't feel expectation to tell somebody, let's say in a situation where they're not doing well. I think it all depends on my approach and their comfortability with my approach, because I don't feel like it's my place to be like, yo, you need to step it up, blah blah blah. Like, because some people don't accept that as a way of wanting to do better.
Yeah.
You know, it also depends on the person who I'm close with. If they can accept that, and I'll tell them, yo, like if it's Gus, like I'll be like, yo, Gus, I feel like I'm not feeling the inspiration, bro. Like I feel like what's going on, and I'll ask first before I jump the gun and be like, hey, I don't see you doing this, because I want to know maybe there's something else that's going on in your life that I don't know and you haven't told me. So maybe try to understand before I just jump the gun.
Of
And be
course you
like,
ask if
you're
you
not
good.
doing this, you're not doing that. So that's where I approach it. But then
Yeah.
like if I feel like I gotta hold you accountable for something like that, like I'll start distancing myself. Pretty damn good at that. So I'll start distancing myself
Tell them it's a skill.
for real. So I'll start distancing myself, because then I think you realize that you're gonna get the picture. Like, yo,
Yeah.
he's not hitting me up. Like, yo, we're not going out. You're not talking about ideas, anything like that. So maybe
Yeah,
I
I'm
gotta step my
never-
shit
I don't
up.
know if distancing yourself is works with that.
I think it's only in a sense as if I tell you, hey, you know, I see that.
because like sometimes people will tell you, like if you distance yourself, they'll be like, oh, they just acting weird, or they being fake.
Yeah.
Like they stopped fucking with me, but it won't click to them. Oh, he stopped fucking with me because I'm not on my shit, and he just is on another
that's-
wavelength
that's
completely.
and that's where being like direct. I'm not saying you ever got to come with disrespect. I'm never gonna say that. But when you're not direct with the person, like it gives them, I think it gives them a false sense of, you know, security in a way.
Yeah.
But what if you have been direct and they haven't take heed of your words?
Well, you don't beat a dead horse. So
And
if
that's why I'm saying
and
you
that's
can
why-
distance yourself.
That's why I said in the
Yeah.
beginning, I may be able to put you in a position to win, or I'll put something in front of you that you're able to do, or that is an opportunity for you.
But what if that's
Now,
not their calling?
Hold on. If I, you have a lot of what ifs. If you don't,
I'm just
but
throwing
but
rebuttals
but
out.
If you don't try, how do you know?
You got a lot of what ifs.
If you don't try, how do you
No,
know?
I hear you. I hear you. You are
All right,
right
so
in
let's
that point.
let's move it on to another accountability topic.
You can read the comments though.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yes,
because
you're
you know
right.
you.
Thank you,
you-
Gus.
You're
for
doing a
hold-
good job.
Thank you, Gus, for holding me accountable.
No problem.
Doing a good job.
Shout out
moderating.
to Drew for moderating, reading
You
the
are doing a
comments.
good job.
He doing Gus chilling back there.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm
Tell him it's as invisible as that
Gus ain't
plant.
doing
must be
a
an off
goddamn
night for you.
thing.
What'd you say?
Reggie says holding people accountable is an uncomfortable dialogue. So people naturally try to avoid it. I agree. I think your real friends should definitely hold you accountable, though. Like, that's the people you should have around you. Timmy Thomas says, you can lead the horse to the water, but that doesn't mean he has to drink it. I know it sounds archaic.
Yeah, but stayed it with the dry throat. Then that's on you.
Wow.
Love Lavender says, no, they're saying that was a lie. A Melody says, oh, that's so nice of you to help him, Bello. No problem. No flaccid mics in here. Timmy Thomas says, powerful statement. Love you, Bello. Very intelligent and humble man. Thank you, Timmy Thomas. Appreciate that. Listen.
Timmy's showing Bello a lot of. Yo,
Word,
Timmy,
you
yo,
know
Timmy.
For real.
Bello, what's
Yo,
up, man?
Timmy.
His mic
I
not
mean,
to
Bello.
about to be.
Timmy, what's up, man?
Wow.
Oh, it's you. I wonder why you was typing on your phone so much. It's you. You're Timmy Thomas.
Yo, who the fuck is Timmy Thomas?
You.
This one of y'all
It's
niggas?
Bello.
Y'all playing with me?
How you just gonna sit there? He just complimented you.
I thought it was one of y'all.
You
Thank
think
you,
it's one
Timmy
of us
Thomas.
complimenting you?
Wait,
I
talking
thought it
about.
was one
I
of
think
y'all.
you should take that compliment
Talking
back.
about my
Timmy
man.
Thomas.
No,
Back
I'll
in
take
the-
the compliment. Thank you, Timmy Thomas. And I appreciate you being in the chat. Yo, shout out to everybody in the chat.
Yeah,
We got
shout
9
y'all
likes
out.
in the
Hold on,
chat.
hold on.
No, you hold on, nigga.
Hold
We got
on.
9 likes in the chat. We
Damn,
need
I
10.
thought you was Mr. Humble.
We
What
need 10
happened?
people to like it because we had 10 in here. Now we got 8. All right, go ahead.
I think Timmy Thomas back there. That's why.
Is that you? Oh. Is you?
He just said no. He just said no.
Yo, he said what? All right, so let's move on to the next one. Relationships. Holding someone accountable for a relationship. I'll give a scenario real quick. I'm going to give it to Austin because the nigga looking at me like a fucking pineapple.
How do pineapples look at people?
All right. Your man's is in a relationship, right? He's treating his girl like dog shit.
Like how? Like how? Let's be a little bit more specific.
All right, he's doing her dirt.
Is he
OD.
putting- Are we
Like
not going with the
treating
other?
like all right, verbally abusing her.
Physically?
possibly physically abusing her. Let's throw physically in there. He beating her ass.
Yes.
I won't.
yes.
I won't sit. I won't watch that.
Okay, continue.
I'll stop my. I would not. I would not.
No. You're not there. You just know it's happening.
Like, I
you
know he
it's
punched
happened.
her?
Like you know who he put hands on her. You know he verbally abused her. You know he treats her like shit, like the scum of the earth. How do you hold him accountable for that?
Shit. That's a tough. I've never been in that scenario, but you want me to punch him in the face?
You would punch him in the face?
No, I won't punch him in the face.
Speak up.
I'm talking right into the mic. You can't hear me though. That's interesting.
You want to come back? You want us to come back to you?
Nah,
Okay.
I've been talking too much. I would strongly advise that he just leaves that relationship.
That's it?
Yeah.
What about, would you say anything in regards to him?
I'll let him know that's fucked up.
Because it's
toxic.
not the girl. I mean, he's putting hands, he's verbally abusing her.
First and foremost, before he try to figure out what's wrong with himself, he needs
Leave
to
the
get out the
relationship.
relationship.
Okay.
Before you hurt anybody else.
Right. Before you don't want to be figuring out why you still punching her. You know what I mean? Like, get out the relationship. Now you need to take a look in the mirror. You feel me? And figure out what's wrong with you.
Let me read this. Reggie says, hold on, is he beating her or do they fight and he just wins all the time?
All right, bro. We're not even gonna. I'm not even gonna. That's ridiculous.
Yo, shout out to Reggie Porter in the chat.
This nigga's wildin'.
You love that shit.
Yo, no, I don't love that, but come on.
Nigga
that's
veins
funny.
popping out and shit.
Right. Shout out Reggie Porter.
For this hypothetical situation,
Nigga went
how
Super
does
Saiyan on the
in this hypothetical
Cool out,
situation,
Vegeta.
how does one find out that his man's is that your? How do you find out that your man in this hypothetical situation? How does Austin find out?
Maybe you guys are in the same circle of friends. Word just gets out. Police get involved. Shit
Maybe
like
he
that.
told you because sometimes people who do stuff like that, they'll feel bad about it. Like, oh, she made
They'll
me
tell
do that.
somebody.
They'll tell somebody. Yeah.
All right, without the maybes, you just know, right? How do you handle that? How do you hold your friend accountable?
Bro, I can't fuck with you if you're doing that.
So you cut him off.
Not immediately. So it's like I can't fuck with you if you do that. What you gonna do about it? Are you gonna stop? Or what are you trying to do to fix the situation? Why are you doing it in the first place? How long has this been happening? Bro, I can't fuck with you if you're doing that. You need help.
He gonna look
But
at
I
you.
definitely
he gonna look
gonna-
at you like, I don't need you.
All right, nigga, peace.
And then he gonna go back to being a
Yo, and that's another thing too. It's just like, yo, it's like, how do you get involved without getting involved? You know,
You don't really got to.
like that's a choice too. I mean,
I feel like at that point you don't really. I
It
feel like
really-
you got to get involved. Like at that point, it's like if you see it happening, if I'm seeing that I'm coming around, she looking battered and bruised and all type of stuff like that, I can't act like I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ask him first, like, yo, what's really going on with you?
Yeah.
And at that point, if he not gonna do something, I gotta tell her like, yo, you need to get
Exactly.
You need to get
Yeah.
out of here.
Yeah.
talk to her family too.
Exactly.
would-
Yep.
I don't
You-
know.
I'm telling.
Listen, at the end of the day, I'm at this point where I'm ceasing the friendship. So there's no loyalty with that dude.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can't- I
If that's
can't-
if that's
I
what's
can't
said,
be
Yeah,
okay.
so like how I would approach it, like, yo, I would have like a serious conversation and be like, yo, bro, like whatever's going on, from my vantage point, it's not okay, and I don't agree with
Yeah.
it morally. I don't
'Cause
think
that-
I don't think it's right, and I can't have you around me at all if you're continuing to do that. And if you don't want to be my friend, then from this point on, there's no loyalty to you. And at that point, I'm going to look at your girl and tell her that she needs to leave you, and that she needs to get out.
Because at that point,
It's funny.
if you hang around, like, yo, I look like
Guilty by
I look
association.
like a fuck nigga if I do that.
Yeah,
I
I
look
agree.
like a fuck boy for real.
I agree. So you brought up morals. Do you feel like, how would you hold someone accountable all for their morals, like your friends, if they don't really share the same values as you? So maybe in his idea of a relationship, that's okay. But because you guys have different morals, you don't feel like that's okay.
That situation for me is a no-go for anybody. We're not friends.
All right, let's change it up.
Okay.
Let's say he wasn't treating her like shit, but he was just cheating on her.
Well, I mean, you know, that's a different story. I would still be like, bro, like, if she's a good woman, you shouldn't do that to her. But now I don't place that as high as I would of abuse. I think abuse is something like completely
Physical abuse.
Yeah, I can't. Physical, verbal, all that shit. Like, that's not for me. So cheating for me is, I look at it as a flaw, something that people need to work on. But I don't look at it in the same sense of like it's like comparing apples to oranges for me. Like I don't compare the two.
What she came to you was like, did you know?
Did I know about what?
Exactly.
Got him.
I know about
That was a
what.
good one.
Exactly. Got
That's a
it.
good one.
Nah, I'm gonna say this about accountability. I never used to feel like when I was young, none of my friends held me accountable for anything. We didn't really hold each other accountable, you know?
Yeah, I think we were supposed to be allowed to make those mistakes. like,
Right, and we
when
kind of
young.
accepted each other, like,
Yeah.
like even if you knew something, like for example, I have friends who rob. We spoke about this. I know people who rob people. I know people who was doing shit like that, and I knew in my head I'm like, my nigga could go away for a while if he gets caught.
Yeah.
But I never spoke up or said anything because I just felt like that's him. That's what he does.
Yeah.
He's a man of his own actions. Now at this age, I feel like me seeing my friend making a mistake, I have to tell them.
Because you care about them. You care about them more than you think. I think it's more of like, yo, you want to save your friend from potential downfall if you can.
Right. But I didn't do that before.
When you say that, I was thinking like I was doing that when I was younger too. Same situation.
Robbing
like,
people?
huh?
Robbing people?
No. But letting like some of my friends that was
Touch my
doing,
hand,
nigga, come here. But like some of my friends that were doing wrong shit, I'd be like, yo, you wildin'. Like I'm like, yo, you gonna get in trouble. Like you relax. It wasn't like I don't have to give you a lecture, but if you bringing something up or I know you came back for something,
Yeah.
it's a simple, yo, you wildin'. Chill with that.
No,
I was definitely doing that.
I never did that.
You ain't shit,
A
Drew.
lot of
I'm
my
like-
a lot of my people that I know for sure did dirt never did it around me. So it's like if they doing their thing, I was never in the crossfire of getting
Shit.
the
Crossfire.
I got a question for you.
Nigga, I was in the car.
We had talked. So in a situation
There was
like
only
that,
one
right?
time I was in the
What
car.
story? What's that
In the
story?
car.
What happened?
Nah, I'm not gonna say the
You gonna
story.
incriminate
but
yourself.
Oh, man.
just back in the day, you know, your niggas used to be in the car. They might bring a backpack in the car, and you know what's in the backpack.
Oh, I've been,
And if you say something about what's in the back, like yo, you can't bring that in here. I just never had the balls to be like, you can't bring that in here, because I didn't want to feel like a pussy.
Not if it's my car.
Oh, that's a fact.
But when I was
That's a
young, I
fact.
didn't
Facts.
think like that.
But
I'm
if
not
if
putting
it's
my-
my car. Shit. My
I'm not
rules,
going to
nigga.
jail. Fuck that.
Now I'm like, you leave this shit at the crib.
I would've
First of all,
been
why the fuck you bringing a gun out?
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But sometimes
we
you
not
don't even
doing that
know
right
though.
now. Huh?
Sometimes you don't even know.
True.
But anywho,
Sometimes you don't.
Sometimes you don't know until you get in the club. Like, yo, if anything happened, I got
Yo,
it.
I just thought of
Like,
I
what?
just thought of a situation just now.
Nigga, we are in church.
Say your friend, has a weapon in your car. Y'all get pulled over. The situation of who gun is it? Do you think your friend should take accountability
Fuck
of it?
yeah.
Or both of
Nigga,
y'all
you-
should take accountability
Nigga,
for
fuck
it?
that, nigga. Take this your gun.
Huh?
Who gun is it?
It's your friends. But what?
Why am I taking it? Nigga, that's yours.
Why the fuck am I going to jail for your shit?
Yo, so you gonna snitch with your eyes? Yo, cop gonna be like, who did it? You gonna be like,
I'm gonna look at that nigga like, I'm gonna look at it like, nigga, you better.
eyes like watery, like, nigga,
If
like
it's us too, like, nigga, you better say something.
The
Nigga.
cop be like, oh, whose gun is it? I have no idea.
I'm gonna look at him like, nigga,
look at
you better say something, nigga.
Nah, but I was saying, I found it late in life how important it is to have a group of friends who do keep you accountable for shit.
Nigga said
Even
late
little
in
shit.
life.
Huh?
What do you mean late in life?
Later in life.
As you get older.
Right.
Like,
when I
you
was
in your-
younger, I didn't understand the
Yeah.
importance of it. But as I got into my mid to late 20s, you guys, we all keep each other accountable in a way.
Yeah.
Right?
We definitely do.
We all tell
you late, Drew.
even a simple like,
Directions.
yo, what happened to your video that you shooting? You feel me? Shit like that.
Yeah.
That's keeping you accountable. Yo, what happened to your brand that you're doing? Yo, what happened to the business you was starting? You feel me? What happened to your sketches that you was doing? Like, that's holding your friends accountable.
Are you staying celibate?
Yeah. But I just think it's important, man. You need to have people around you that's gonna keep you accountable, because it pushes you forward in life. And if someone around me isn't working to the best of their potential, I naturally start falling back Not even potential, but if I feel like they're self-sabotaging and it could possibly fuck me up, I'm probably gonna dip out.
This is what I wanted to say about situations like that. When you do fall back from people or distance yourself from people, do you feel like you should let them know that you're distancing yourself?
I don't think you owe it to them, but
Depending on the depth of the friendship, they'll see it.
yeah, they'll notice.
I ain't gonna say, hey, by the way, I'm not gonna talk to you tomorrow because I feel like you're being funny.
Could pull a
So
Will
just give
Smith.
Like, nah, I'm just gonna not do it.
Not talk to you for 14
But
days.
you know that, just like we just said earlier, they can read it the wrong way. Like, yo, why you acting funny?
I think you telling them could also make them take it the wrong way too.
Right. I agree
So,
with that too.
in my opinion, if you made the decision like, yo, I'm just gonna fall back a little bit because they doing their own thing, you just fall back and then
Know your friend.
Yeah.
that too,
Know your
and
friend.
if your friend knows you, they know how you moving.
that too.
You
Any
ain't
any
fuck
other
with me
words
'cause
on
I'm on that
accountability?
bullshit.
Anything else y'all gotta say about it?
Hold your friends accountable. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. And if they don't appreciate it, then go about your business.
I was
him,
gonna
Kyrie.
say
Pass the class.
I was thinking if you used to
don't cheat.
being a loner or very independent, I'm psychoanalyzing myself. I'm like, that's the reason why I won't have expectations for my friends to hold me accountable. It's a plus if they do, but it's like, you know, we're still talking or we have a relationship for a reason. So it's like, you my friend for a reason.
I don't think you should just hold your friends accountable. I feel like you should bask in it. Bass Studios, ladies and gentlemen. The new home of your man's in them live.
Yes, tell us how you like in the new studio.
You
Yeah,
hear the
yeah,
acoustic?
yeah.
Everybody, be quiet. Listen. Damn right. All right. If you need a place to show your face, take a picture. Spray some mace. Come down to Bass Studios. Why would you spray some mace? I don't know, but it's just the place to go. Bass Studios, y'all.
Shout out to Bass
Great job,
Studios.
brother Shake. Great job.
That
Great
was
job.
good. I like the
Shake
catchy
with the
rhymes.
word.
Why your camera look cleaner than my shit?
'Cause you
Don't bring your special lens anymore,
Nigga,
all right?
clean your
Bring the
lens.
same lens I got.
I told you, show me that.
They said, did you set a fire to the bulletin board and van?
Let me read these fucking comments. Nah, creative myth. I did not.
Pyro?
I did not. Let's get into these comments before we get out of here.
Disperse.
All right, so Reggie Porter says holding people accountable isn't. Oh, I already read that. Yeah, okay, thanks. Thanks, Shake.
Hold you accountable.
Holding you accountable.
Melody says holding your friends accountable can lead to crazy conversations. I can speak from experience. Reggie Porter says, hold on. Oh, never mind. Timmy Thomas says, I'm very real and black too, by the way. Yo, shout out to Timmy Thomas in the chat.
Shout you out,
Appreciate
bro.
you.
Shout out.
Keep sending them them compliments, man. I need that. Chanel says, another toxic comment by Reggie Porter. We're praying for you as we speak. Chanel says, when we get older and more mature, we should be selected to whom we call friend and the company we keep. I agree with that 100%.
100%. You want
That's
good
true.
quality people around you.
That's
Yep.
right.
Good quality people.
Yep. And you got to strive to be a good quality person, too.
Facts.
You got to strive to be that person.
GQP.
No.
Yeah.
No, you ain't repping the GQP.
Reggie says, if I know my man's is cheating on his women, I tell him to strap up because ain't nothing I'm going to tell him that's going to make him stop. It's a fact, Reggie. Yeah, we need to get Reggie
y'all
back on
laughing
the show.
about?
And no, Creative Myth,
y'all-
I did not
what y'all laughing
set
about?
no fire to Van Buren Creative. I never did anything like that. Don't
You a
incriminate me.
pyro, bro? I gotta watch out.
Yeah, don't
for
start
you.
that
I don't
rumor.
set shit.
You look like you was playing with lighters in high school.
We don't want to say what you look like you was doing in high school.
We
Austin.
don't. I agree.
We had a great show.
We
Yes, yes.
appreciate everybody who was
Yeah,
in the
shout
chat.
out to everybody in the chat.
Y'all had this shit buzzing.
Shout out to Creative Myth, Chanel, what's up? Shout out to Reggie Porter, my boy, A
Shout
Melody.
out Austin Felix. You
Shout out
heard?
Austin Felix. Shout out, we got A
Timmy
Melody.
Thomas.
Shout out Timmy
Timmy
Thomas. Shout out Sheridan. She was
Shout
here-
out Bass
she was here
Studios.
earlier. And shout out to Bass
Bass
Studios.
Just bask.
Bask.
Yeah, let's bask. Let's bask.
In
Lights, outro.
Williamsburg,
Y'all get out of here.
Brooklyn.
Make sure y'all subscribe. We'll see y'all next week.
Facts.
Peace.
Peace. Oh, wait. Shit, my bad.
Yeah, what? You got something to say?
No, go ahead.
Good.
Do the outro.
I seen Austin and Shake had something to say about my GQP comment. Y'all want to say it right now? Huh?
Can you do the outro so we can go?
Oh, all right.
You just finished watching.
All right.
Nah, I do kind of want to know what y'all said. Though.
What y'all talking about? What
Don't
you
worry
laughing
about
at?
it.
Don't worry about it.
Sweetheart. Don't worry about it.
Talking to you.
What type
It's
of
that
time y'all on?
I only see one sweetheart here.
Oh, shout out to Joya. I forgot about Joya. Shout out to Joya Harris. I had to scroll up for that. Love you, Joya. And Creative Myth. I don't say Creative Myth.
Yo, end the show.
You just finished watching your mans in them live. I'm your man's Gus third.
I'm your man's Bello.
Yes, sir. I'm your man's Austin Felix.
It's your man's Kyrie.
And
I'm
I'm
your man,
your
sweetheart.
man Shakespeare in Bass Studios.
Yo, he's making his outro. Y'all are
Who
rude.
you yelling at?
And
Calm
I'm-
your veins, bro. Calm your veins.
And I'm your man Shakespeare in Bass Studios in Brooklyn, New York.
This is
your man's in them live.
You are now watching your mans in them live.